Hello from the Yarn Closet in Southern Arizona. I am Laura. That's Mitzi barking in the background. Mitzi, hey! Guess what?
Be quiet, Mitzi.
There's going to be a new yarn closet. So my yarn closet has always been a closet outside the house, off the porch, never heated or cooled, which is very hard in Arizona to spend any amount of time there. So my daughter is finally of the age that we could switch. She took over the playroom. And here, I will give you a quick gander of her gargantuan room. Say hello, sir.
Hello.
6'4" Connor, remember him? He was a baby last time you saw him.
Huh?
Not a baby, but youngish. So she gets the biggest stinking room in the house. I slept there last night. I didn't make the bed. Yep. So now she has taken over. Did you just want to be on camera?
I'm more asking.
And he has started his own. So then I'm getting this room. His own podcast, What Ifs by CC. So we're going to be posting his first story soon. I am doing the second coat of paint today. And this is going to be the yarn closet. See the sign? Yeah. I cannot wait to show you. I was talking to a friend this morning because she was like, what do you mean? What do you mean painting? And so I can do a first coat of paint pretty easily and tell where I've painted. The second coat is almost impossible. And because I'm legally blind, as I'm painting and looking at the wall, I'm getting flashes of light in my face. I can't really see what I'm doing. My left eye really doesn't work. It confuses me more than it helps me. I see a small area of vision. It's very blurry. Reading, you guys read at 20/20 vision, even if you have corrective lenses. Even with my glasses, I read at about 2100. But I see less than 5 degrees of vision. So it had been less than 15, 20 years ago when I got diagnosed as legally blind. Legally blind is 2200 or less than 20 degrees of vision. Most people don't have 180. They have about 165 degrees of vision. When I was diagnosed, I had less than 15. Now, almost 20 years later, I am around 5 degrees. So I paint by sound on the second coat and feel, because you can kind of tell where you're painting over dry and you kind of hear the difference. And then the edging, I just have to do that on a different day and I have to go back and just do the best. And so I've come to terms with the fact that it's going to suck. I don't really want to paint at this stage of my life at 54 and with the shit vision. And it is so stinking exhausting to do it that to do a second coat on this is going to take me about 3 times as long as it took me to do the first coat. And then I'm still going to have to spend a couple of hours edging, but I won't be able to do that today, maybe not even tomorrow. And I'll be shot for much of anything other than listening to books. But I'm doing it, and we're going to have a yarn closet, and it's going to be cozy grandma core with a little bit of, this is what I have twist, because I'm trying not to spend anything. What has happened is my mom is switching out her second bedroom to a twin, so she took my low to the ground twin frame. I got the higher twin frame, so I can have better storage underneath. And I have a headboard coming. The first draperies that I got were some weird AI generated thing with some weird thing is absolutely ridiculous. So I had to return those. I'm just hanging a quilt up right now. And the new ones will come next week. And they're just going to be plain. But last week in school, I was able to finish another pair of fingerless gloves. And these are more Do you see that they're a little bit baggy? This yarn is a little bit baggier. I will make this exact same pattern out of that Lolo Did It yarn that says it's the same consistency, and it will be much tighter to me. So these are more like man friendly. So I may give them to my stepson. I don't know. I don't know. Haven't decided. Haven't a clue. Or I may just have a lot of fingerless gloves on hand to give to people. And I could not get going with this in the knitted linen stitch, so I did the crocheted version, Mama in a Stitch, and this was with the 2 different skeins of mandala that you change every other line. Oh my God. I'm loving this. I'm loving the way it's working up. I'm loving the drape of it. I don't know how the border situation's gonna go. So I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna go. Gotta stay with us. Stay tuned. And I wanted to change out the light fixture, but I'm trying to keep expenses down. The whole paint fiasco, I had some leftover paint, which is what I started with. The same thing I painted the bathroom and the kitchen. There's very little in my kitchen. And then we couldn't find the paint. But then we found out that Glidden is also PPG. So we got some PPG over at Home Depot in the same color. They have the same color line. And it dries slightly darker than the first coat. So I did the second coat, let that dry of where I hadn't finished from the first coat. And now I'm doing a second coat over everything. And I'm going to see if I can tell the difference or if it's okay. And I thought I would have plenty of paint left over to like paint some other stuff. I don't think I'm going to, because it's so hard for me to do the second coat that I use a lot more paint on the second coat. And this paint goes on much thicker, so I don't know that I'm going to have anything left over. But that's our podcast for today. Now, did you want to say hello? Mincy wanted to say hello. Say hello. Lots of, I hope this actually uploads. Lots of issues with uploading. So look with your heart first. Hopefully you'll see this. If not, I'll have to re-record something.